Folks, in my 20 years in the league, I've never seen anything like this. What's unfolding right now behind the scenes of the NFL isn't just another rumor. It's a seismic shift that could redefine the landscape of the entire league in one fell swoop. I'm talking about an event so monumental, so unprecedented, that it's being kept under lock and key, yet the buzz is deafening. Right now, somewhere in the highest echelons of NFL power, a deal is being forged. An audacious, game-changing move that, if true, could resonate through history books for decades. Believe me when I say, what you're about to hear might be the most explosive, confidential development we've ever had in modern NFL lore. An insider story so massive, it's practically a secret that could shatter everything we thought we knew about 2026. I'm not here to play small ball today. No, this isn't just about a trade, a free agent signing, or a coaching change. I'm talking about a confluence of factors: player dominance, front office ingenuity, and a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that might be converging right now into something truly legendary. Think for a second. A player who's currently the highest-paid tackle in NFL history, a guy with 5 straight Pro Bowls and 2 first-team All-Pro distinctions, linked to a team desperate for offensive line overhaul, and a franchise that's just won a Super Bowl less than 2 years ago. The pieces are there, and the signs are all pointing to one unthinkable conclusion: a blockbuster trade that could reshape everything we know about the Eagles, the league, and the pursuit of greatness. But before I drop the full revelation, before I tell you exactly how this could happen, what it means, and why it's already being discussed at the highest levels, let's build this story brick by brick. You want the inside scoop? You want the real story behind the scenes? Then buckle up, because what comes next is a deep dive into the shadows of NFL front offices, the strategy rooms, and the secret corridors where moves of this magnitude are planned and executed. And trust me, if you think you've seen it all, you haven't seen anything yet. This story is only just beginning to unfold. Now, if you're someone who craves exclusivity, who understands that the NFL isn't just a game but a battlefield of power, money, and legacy, then listen carefully. Because the key to unlocking the biggest secret in football right now isn't just about who's involved, it's about what's at stake. Insiders whisper that a deal so audacious, so unprecedented in scale, is already in motion. The question is, will you be among the few who see the full picture? Or will you get left behind as history is made? Here's my demand: hit that subscribe button, crush that like, and activate the bell. Because what I'm about to reveal is only going to get hotter, and trust me, if you think this is wild, wait until you see what's coming next. You're either on the inside, one of the chosen few who knows, and if so, you better stay tuned. Because I promise what I'm about to tell you will blow your mind. Let's get into it, the story behind the story. Now, for the first time in the modern NFL, the Philadelphia Eagles are positioning themselves not just as a team looking to contend, but as a franchise redefining what's possible. Ever since the Eagles' front office declared, "Win now," in the wake of their Super Bowl LIX triumph, an emotional victory that echoed across the league, they've been quietly plotting their next assault. And what's fueling that ambition isn't just the talent on paper. It's the strategic moves, the whispers of big names, and the audacious plans that are being finalized right now. But amid this storm of activity, one name keeps coming up in every whispered conversation, every secret meeting, every covert phone call: Tristan Wirfs. Yes, Tristan Wirfs, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers' rock-solid elite offensive tackle, might be the centerpiece of an earth-shattering deal that will send shockwaves through the NFL. Let me break down exactly why this scenario makes sense, why in the back rooms of NFL power circles the whispers are growing louder by the day. The Eagles' Achilles heel, an offensive line in flux. First, let's talk about the Eagles' current offensive line. There's no denying that after their Super Bowl victory, the foundation was solid, but a lot has changed since then. Jalen Hurts is still the franchise quarterback, and the skill position talent remains elite. A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, Dallas Goedert, and that dynamic rushing attack led by Breece Hall. But what's been glaringly obvious is the protection, particularly along the offensive line. In 2025, the Eagles ranked around 18th in pass protection efficiency, allowing 38 sacks, which, for a team that aims to dominate, is a troubling number. The offensive line, once their backbone, has shown cracks under pressure, especially at tackle spots. Jordan Mailata and Lane Johnson have dealt with injuries and age catching up. Johnson's durability is a concern after a litany of mid-season injuries and some decline in explosiveness. And although Cam Jurgens has looked promising as a center, the tackle positions have become a question mark, especially after the inconsistent protection at right tackle. Film study confirms this. Against top-tier pass rushers like Micah Parsons and the Dallas Cowboys, defense, the Eagles have surrendered critical pressures and sacks, particularly in high-leverage moments. Advanced metrics from Pro Football Focus rank their offensive line around 22nd in pass-blocking grade, with a concerning increase in pressures allowed per snap. The analytics say they need an upgrade, an injection of elite talent that can shift the entire dynamic of the offense. This is where the opportunity lies. The Eagles, with their win-now mentality, are desperately seeking a marquee upgrade, an anchor who can elevate the entire unit. And that's precisely what Tristan Wirfs offers. An elite, versatile, durable tackle who has proven himself against the very best in the league. Why Tristan Wirfs? The perfect solution now. Here's the thing. Wirfs isn't just another player. He's a unicorn, a rare talent who's already revolutionized what it means to be an offensive tackle in the NFL. As of 2026, he's just 27 years old, still in his prime, with a Gruden-era draft pedigree that many scouts consider the blueprint of an elite OL. He played at Iowa, where his technical mastery and physicality turned heads, and since entering the league in 2020, he's only gotten better. His film is staggering. Watch his footwork against edge rushers like Myles Garrett or Myles Murphy, agility, balance, and power combined seamlessly in every rep. His pass protection win rate? A staggering 95.9% in 2024, leading all tackles in the league, and that wasn't a fluke. The advanced stats back it up. His pass blocking efficiency ranks among the best ever seen from a young tackle. He's a cornerstone, an anchor. Plus, his run blocking is elite. His ability to sustain blocks and create lanes for the run game is second to none. Watching his film, you see a player who can handle relentless pressure, reset in space, and execute in clutch moments. His versatility, moving from right tackle to left tackle without missing a beat, makes him more valuable than most offensive linemen in NFL history. But what truly excites scouts is his athleticism. At 6'5", 320 pounds, Wirfs combines explosive power with nimble footwork. He has a 4.89-second 40-yard dash at his pro day, an impressive feat for an offensive tackle, an indicator of the rare agility he possesses for his size. He's excelled in Pro Bowl skills challenges, showcasing his mastery in agility and strength tests. A key point that can't be overstated, Wirfs' durability. Despite previous injuries, he's played at least 16 games every season with minimal setbacks. The NFL's best offensive tackles are those who can consistently stay on the field, and Wirfs has proven he's reliable at the highest level. Statistically, his impact is measurable. Run block win rate, 88.4% in 2024. Pass block win rate, 95.9% in 2024. Total snaps played, over 2,500 in 4 seasons with minimal penalties. First-team All-Pro in 2024 at left tackle, and previously first-team in 2021 at right tackle, a historical achievement rare among OL. Insiders whisper that the scouts, the front offices, everybody who's evaluated him agree. Wirfs may be the best offensive tackle in the league today, and he's only entering his prime. How could this trade happen? Mechanics, cap, and contenders now, let's get real. A trade for Wirfs isn't simple. Nothing of this magnitude ever is. Tampa Bay is a proud franchise that values its players, and Wirfs is a franchise cornerstone. But here's the twist. The Buccaneers, despite their recent playoff appearances, are in a tight cap situation. They've paid their stars, and after signing Wirfs to that record-breaking extension in 2024, they're now weighing options to rebuild in some areas while locking in their future. Sources suggest the Bucs see Wirfs not just as a player, but as a symbol, an emblem of their new rebuild, a player they could flip if the price is right. The Buccaneers are exploring options for a trade with a team that's in win-now mode, desperately looking for offensive line reinforcements. The Eagles, with their offensive line in flux, are the prime candidate. On the Philadelphia side, the timing couldn't be better. Their offensive line, though talented, needs an elite stabilizer, someone who can come in and transform their protection overnight. The franchise has been planning for such a move since the end of last season, and the whispers have been that they're prepared to pay any price for the right talent. Trade mechanics? It's complicated but manageable. Tampa's asking price might be a high first-round pick plus a premium young player. Say, a Mariota or a draft pick swap, possibly a second-rounder or a future pick, along with salary cap maneuvers. The Eagles have enough ammo, draft capital, young talent, and salary cap space to make this happen. Salary cap gymnastics will be complex, no doubt. Wirfs's cap hit is roughly $28 million annually, which means the Eagles must clear space or restructure contracts. But savvy front offices have proven capable of making these moves. Adding a player of Wirfs's caliber in the prime of his career could be the kind of push that vaults Philly to Super Bowl favorites for the next 5 seasons. The winners. The Eagles get an instant game changer, an anchor who can keep Jalen Hurts upright and unlock their explosive potential. Tampa Bay, meanwhile, gets a haul of picks and prospects they can use to rebuild around their core. It's a classic win-win scenario, except for one thing. The league's most intense rivalry is about to get even more heated if this happens. Fit, scheme, and impact, the perfect match. So what does this mean scheme-wise? Philadelphia's offense under Sirianni employs a zone-blocking scheme that emphasizes agility and technique, perfect for a player like Wirfs. He's a natural fit for their versatile blocking system, which relies on quick sets, pulling, and outside zone runs, areas where Wirfs excels. Compare him to the likes of Trent Williams or Lane Johnson, players who redefine the position. Wirfs, with his elite footwork, hand technique, and relentless drive, can seamlessly integrate into that mold, elevating the entire unit. Projection-wise, imagine Jalen Hurts, who thrives under pressure, having his blindside protected by Wirfs's elite footwork and strength. It instantly upgrades the Eagles' offensive ceiling, pushing their scoring average into the top 5 league-wide. And with the postseason expectations at an all-time high, the addition of a top-tier tackle like Wirfs could be the difference between a deep playoff run and a disappointing exit. Worst-case scenario. If the trade doesn't work out, if Tampa's demands are too steep, Philadelphia still gains leverage in negotiations, setting a precedent for future deals. But insiders believe the Eagles are willing to pay a premium for Wirfs because they see him as the missing piece in their championship puzzle. Final verdict, is it actually going down? Look, this isn't just idle speculation anymore. The signs are all there, multiple sources saying the deal is closer than you think. Whispers about meetings between front offices and the league's biggest power brokers quietly discussing the parameters. If this happens, it will be one of the biggest trades in NFL history, a player moving from a playoff team to a Super Bowl contender, instantly transforming a franchise's fortunes. In my professional opinion, keep your eyes on the next few weeks. This deal could break at any moment. The Eagles are hungry, aggressive, and willing to pay a premium for greatness. Tampa Bay might be entertaining offers because, let's face it, a player like Wirfs isn't just a star, he's a franchise changer. And if it happens, the NFL world as we know it will shift forever. The Eagles will become an unstoppable juggernaut with a fortified line, and Tampa Bay will pivot into a rebuild with a treasure trove of picks and young talent. This isn't just about football. This is about legacy, power, and who controls the future. Stay locked in because I promise, the most explosive, most surreal NFL story of 2026 is just getting started. And when the curtain finally lifts, you'll want to be on the front row for what's about to be the most unforgettable chapter in league history.